So a few days ago I uploaded a video about getting the new Raider's Axe, and what I did in that video was enchanted it and basically got every max enchant on the Raider's Axe. But what I want to go ahead and do now is max this out and get it to the highest upgrade possible. So in order to do that, I needed to go ahead and get over 17,000 kills because you get +1 damage for 500 kills, and I needed to get over 50,000 wood collected because you get +1 strength per 500 wood. So collecting the wood part was actually pretty easy. It didn't take too long. I just used a bunch of minions and I went ahead and mined the wood myself with the jungle axe because you can mine wood pretty fast with that. But the real challenge came to actually getting the kills because you needed 500 kills for +1 damage. You need over 17,000 kills to get this guy upgraded to the max amount of damage. And the first thing that came to my head was actually making a mob grinder, and I was going to use a bunch of minions to spawn a bunch of mobs and make a big mob grinder to get my levels like this. So I went to spawn and bought myself a ton of rotten flesh so I can make a ton of zombie minions. So I proceeded to go ahead and craft myself 12 zombie minions. And then I went back to my island and placed them into my mob grinder. I did not think this was going to be very good at first, but after grinding for a little bit, I did discover that you can get actually a decent amount of levels from this. So I thought in order to maximize my speed, I actually had to go ahead and buy a lot more rotten flesh and upgrade all of my minions to at least level 4. Even though the minions only got increased by 4 seconds, this is going to still make the farm more efficient and is definitely going to help out. So after 2 hours of grinding, I've managed to get my axe up to 3,000 kills, and basically we get 6 extra damage from this. But the one thing that does suck about this method is that you actually have to put work into it, and you actually have to sit here grinding out these mobs. No one really wants to do that and just killing mobs for hours upon hours. So what we're going to go ahead and do is make an AFK method. So after doing a little bit of research, I ended up finding this Afk Pool Method, which I do give credit to XRVG because he's the one who actually made the video on it. So go ahead and check him out in the description. But basically, we're going to need a AFK pool and a zombie minion. We're also going to need a couple other stuff. But what this basically does is you place this guy here, and then you can hold the Spicer Raider axe. But the one thing we do need is to get armor with thorns, because if you sit in the AFK pool while the zombies go ahead and spawn, and then you kill the zombies with thorns as they hit you, then you get +1 kill on the Raider's axe itself. So let's go ahead and get some armor. So the first thing I recommend getting is the slime hat, because this makes it so you don't take any knockback. This is actually super useful, and you do need this so you don't get knocked out of the AFK pool. But all we need is those 8 slime balls just like that. We can go ahead and easily craft the slime hat just like this. We get an extra 50 health, and we go ahead and get immunity to knockback damage. So for the rest of the armor, I went ahead onto the auction house, and I randomly just picked up some different things. So I got the obsidian chestplate because I got high defense. I got just diamond leggings because I needed something for leggings. And then I got these godly ender boots for like 15k. So those are a pretty good steal right there. But yeah, so basically we have thorns 3 on the chestplate and thorns 3 on these boots. So I do highly recommend getting thorns and everything, but without it, it still works just as fine. But basically what we're going to go ahead and do is sit in this AFK pool like this. And basically we hold out our Spicy Raider axe, and as the zombies hit us, they take thorns. And basically over time, when one of those zombies gets killed from our thorns, we will get +1 kill added to this weapon. So this works with basically any type of mob, but I recommend doing it with like zombies or skeletons because they are probably one of the easiest to go ahead and kill. But yeah, as you see, you simply just sit like this, and then you can go ahead and get a lot of free kills from it. So after about an hour of AFKing, I've noticed that we've only gotten about an extra 100 to 200 more kills added to the axe, which is actually really good for AFKing. So in about like 8ish hours, we can probably get around 1,000 kills added to the axe. So this is going to be a really good way to actually use it overnight, because it's going to be really good because you can AFK overnight and get about 1,000 kills to it. But the most efficient method is obviously going to be just grinding it out yourself, because if you basically go ahead and grind it out yourself, you can probably get about 1,500 to 3,000 an hour, maybe even more than that, just from simply grinding with a bunch of minions in a mob grinder. So I highly recommend doing this because it is the best and most efficient way to actually go ahead and get kills added to your Raider's axe. And finally, after all this time grinding, we finally have not a max Raider axe, because I've only gotten 14,000 kills on it, and you need 17,500, but it was taking so long. I spent like 6 hours on it, and I only got it up to this, and I really want to get this video out. So unfortunately, we only got 14,000 kills, which is still a decent amount of bonus damage, but then we have our 10 hot potato bucks. We're going to go ahead and max this out. And yeah, obviously we can get a little bit more damage on the upgrades, but I really want to get this video out. So let's head to the private island, add these to my Raider's axe, and we'll go ahead and test the damage. It's going to be 100% better than the leaping sword. But right here, let's go ahead and add all of these up. But let's see how much damage we're gonna do. 16,000 damage. That is crazy. We're doing way more than my leaping sword has ever done. Nearly 17,000 damage. This Raiders Axe is probably one of the most overpowered mid-game slash end-game weapons ever, because it's literally only 130,000 coins, so it's an easily the most overpowered mid-game weapon for the price, because it's extremely cheap and it does an insane amount of damage. It does more damage than the leaping sword and the aspect of the end. So anyways, that is how I got my Raiders Axe to do almost 17,000 damage. So hopefully you guys did enjoy.